In a previous lesson, we talked about what is proper and what is common and the classifications of different celebrations, especially of the saints. Today, we will look a little more concerning what is proper and common so that it may be easier for you to understand. Here we see an example of the proper where we are celebrating on the 25th of January, the conversion of St. Paul the Apostle. Notice here that for most of the morning prayer, everything can be found on these pages, page 718 and 719. The only thing we need to turn pages would be when we recite the Psalms and Canticle, which is the Psalm and Canticle of Sunday, week 1, page 390 onwards. If you have this booklet printed already, this booklet, let us sing his praises, then you will be able to find the same Psalm and Canticle in the booklet as well. Only the antiphons need to be referred to the proper. The Psalms and Canticle can be referred to either Sunday week 1, page 390, or from the booklet just mentioned. Another component which you need to turn pages would be after you recite the Benedictus antiphon, then you need to turn to the page where the Benedictus can be found, and you recite the Benedictus, then you recite the Benedictus antiphon again. The rest of the prayer can be found on page 718 and 719 onwards. Evening prayer, the same. You will see it on page 720 onwards, where most of the evening prayer can be found within the pages itself of the proper of the conversion of St. Paul the Apostle. Here we have another example of a feast, which is the feast of Philip and James. Philip and James is a feast which happens on the 3rd of May, and for most part, you can find most of the prayers for the feast of Philip and James on page 782 onwards. The only things that we need to change pages or turn pages will be the hymn from the Common of Apostles on page 1004 as mentioned in the book. Then the Psalms and Canticle of Sunday week 1, pages 390 onwards. The antiphons can be found in the proper here. And the same thing, the Benedictus antiphon is found here. The Benedictus, you need to turn to the page where the Benedictus can be found. And after you have chanted or recited the Benedictus, then you come back to the proper page, 782, to recite the Benedictus antiphon. One third example would be the memorial of St. Barnabas the Apostle. St. Barnabas is the apostle, but his celebration is not a feast, but a memorial. Same principle applies. Invitatory antiphon can be found here. Then you need to turn to the page where the invitatory psalm can be found. After which, then the hymn can be found on the Common of Apostles, page 1004. After you have sung the hymn, then you need to turn to the week where 11 June can be found. For the year 2020, you can see that 11 June is on the 10th week of Ordinary Time, Psalter week 2. What this means is that for the Psalms and antiphons for St. Barnabas the Apostle, obligatory memorial, the Psalms and antiphons need to be referred to at Psalter week 2, Thursday. Psalter week 2, Thursday. After you have prayed the Psalter week 2, Thursday, then you go back to the proper, which is on page 799 for the scripture reading onwards. Same principle applies. After the Benedictus antiphon, you recite or chant the Benedictus, and then you come back to this page 799 for the Benedictus antiphon. And the rest of St. Barnabas the Apostle prayer can be found on the next page, which is on page 800. 800, concluding prayer is found within the proper of St. Barnabas the Apostle and obligatory memorial. There are many other examples where we refer to what is proper and what is common accordingly. One other example you can see here, Saint Anthony of Padua, priest and doctor of the church, a memorial or obligatory memorial. Everything else is taken from the common of pastors or doctors of the church. You can choose either one. And the only thing that you need to refer to here will be the concluding prayer, which is found in the proper of Saint Anthony of Padua obligatory memorial. So as you can see, after a while, you get a hang of it. What is proper needs to be referred to what is proper. What is common needs to be referred to what is common. What cannot be found in the proper or the common, refer it to the respective week and day of especially the Psalms. Hope this helps and see you next time.